Hey, what's up, guys? It's the Media Marauder, and this is another What's Sold This Weekend. This is everything we sold this weekend on eBay. Another good variety of stuff. It's weird. A lot of the cards sold early. This is in the order of which they came. And as you notice there towards the end, a lot of the media was coming in. So it's a good variety. And of course, we tell you what we sold it for, what we paid for it, how much it's going to cost us to ship. We go over all the numbers, so let's get right at it. You guys know I have tons of Major Harris autographs. He's a personal friend of mine. I have about $2 in this photo. We sold it for $16. Sold three 8x cards for $17. They were signed. Sold the Bill Melton for $5. We actually sold a 9-count lot of 90 cards. 1990 signed cards for $17. I don't have those here. Tom Mack we sold for $10. Sold 585 Topps autographs for $25. Sold the Ron Gant for $6. Sold 2 signed 8x10s. They're both deceased, really old guys. We got $38 for the pair. I think we had $4 in them. We bought them off eBay at one time. Messina we sold for $17. Brad Johnson we sold for $5. There's a Gaither CD. It's like a gospel CD we don't have here. We sold that for $13. We paid $1 for it. This Bellior card we sold for $5. DL Hewley we sold for $12. We didn't make much money on that. I think we paid like $3 for it, so we'll make a little bit of money on it. Scott Fletcher we sold for $5. The Dwight Gooden we sold for $12. Didn't make a whole lot of money on that, but we're not doing that set. So we decided to get rid of it. Kevin Brown we sold for $15. Dick LeBeau we sold for $10. Cookie Cutter Christmas movie we sold for $10. We had $1 in it. This Def Leppard t-shirt sold for $61. We had $2 in it. Cecil Cooper we sold for $5. We had another 9-count lot of 87 Topps we sold for $12. We don't have those here. I accidentally took my binder home that had all my 9-count lots of cards in it because I'm making some new 9-card lots. I don't make a lot of money doing those, but I just need to get rid of cards. Here's Thomas the Train we sold for $22. It's sealed. It's out of print, so try to be on the lookout for that one. Carl Zambrano we sold for $15. Buddy Holly CD, I told you I bought a bunch of CDs the other day for 50 cents. We sold this one for $11. CD sampler, we paid 50 cents for it. We sold it for, I think, $5. Actually sold that for $11. We sold the Buddy Holly for $13. Sold the sampler for $11. And we sold the Stephen Gudkowski for $5. Sold this James Gregory for $14. Sold the Fly for $20 on Blu-ray. Tifa Hearts we sold for $7. Carrie I think we sold for $5. Mad TV we sold for $13. It was new. Fouts we sold for $9. Some blue CD, Spencer Broem or something. It was new. We paid 50 cents for it. We sold for $17. Grizzlies out of print. Sold this on VHS. We paid 50 cents for it. Sold it for $20. My numbers are way wrong here. Let's see. Dudes and Dragons, I think we sold for $15. Sold 4 NFL cards for $27. Sold the Superstorm card movie for $12. And then there's a Macaulay Culkin book I have at home. My wife sold it. She paid 10 cents for it, and she sold it for $15. So that's everything we sold. And the total of that was $564 is what we sold. Now what we paid for all this stuff, everything that we got on this table, we paid $64 for. So if we didn't have any other expenses, except for what we paid for it, we would have made $500 this weekend, solid profit. But you guys know there's other expenses. So when you're figuring out your net profit, you got to take all your expenses. Like the cost of goods is $54, so that takes it down to $500. It's going to cost me $93 to ship all this stuff. So that's going to take a good bite of that $500. So take 500, take 93 from that. That's 407. And then eBay is going to want their fees because I sell this on eBay, and they take 15%. So that 407 minus $85 that eBay is going to take. I only made $322 solid profit. So it's not bad off a $54 investment, I guess, but $500 and some dollars sounds so much nicer when you hear it. But just remember that, guys. Just because you make, $500 or $1,000 doesn't mean you really made it. Take all your expenses and then find out how much you really made. I used to do the baseball card shows back in the day. I would talk to these people, they're selling all these wax packs and stuff, and they're only making about 20% of their money. And they're like, I'd be like, hey, how much money did you make this weekend? And they're like, oh, we made like $5,000. And I'm like, no, you sold $5,000. How much did you really make? I said, you make what, about 20%? So they said, yeah. And I said, well, figure that out, and that's what you really made. And then I would sell, maybe $700 worth and still make more money than them because, a lot of my stuff was 100% profit, 1,000% profit sometimes. Like some of the stuff you saw, like, we got a 10-cent book we got $20 for. So that's the way I like to do things. Everybody has a different business model. So you guys do the things how you like to do it, but just make sure you're making money. Make sure you're looking out for that stuff. Scan those media products because some of them are really, really expensive, and you can buy them for 50 cents or $1. You can sell them for 10, 20 bucks quick. I mean, a lot of this stuff sold really quick. Most of that media sold in a few days. All right, guys, have a good one. Till next time, peace.